Welcome inside the Mountain West Network studio. It's week 3 of the college football season, and 10 Mountain West teams are in action, continuing the non-conference slate. Here's a look at what the league's head coaches have to say as they prepare for this weekend's games.
It's nice to have a win like we had, and nice that DJ broke the record. We knew he was going to do it sooner or later, and it was nice that it was sooner than later. But now we have to turn our attention to the next game. Can't think about that anymore and can't talk about it much anymore because we're playing a team that right now is 0-2 but has an amazing record at home. And their first 2 games were on the road. Their record on the road's not very good, so they struggle when they go on the road, but they're really good at home. In the last 5 years, their home record is 35-2. They've lost 2 games at home, so the record shows that they're a much different team at home than they are on the road, and I'm sure so we're going to get the best team they got. So we better have the maturity about us to go about our business and get ready to play like we have the first 2 games.
We want to see consistent progression in this program as we learn to win and learn to compete, and I believe we're going to do that. So, facing a Central Michigan team, I think they're 2 touchdown favorites. Going on the road should be a rainy day. It's exciting. They just knocked off Oklahoma State. I know there's some controversy, but regardless of the outcome, the way they played against them speaks to the level of play that they have. So we got our work cut out for us, but we're excited. We look at the tape and we feel like we're a fairly evenly matched up team. We feel like they're big and strong. We feel like we got a little bit of a speed advantage. Now we got to get that speed into space. We got to use that speed and such. So they're a team that knows how to win when they go to bowl games. We're a team that's learning how to win and fighting to get into that first bowl game in a while, or second time in so many years. So it'll be a good matchup.
The thing you really got to be aware of is their tempo. Their tempo can be a great weapon for them. I've seen Solomon in action 2 years in a row. He's excellent at executing that offense. I think the next guy's a little bit different. He's more of a dangerous runner, big guy. But that's the tempo's something that we wanted to start from.
If you watched the game the other day, I think we were reading things right. Guys were open. We just didn't hit our targets. In the first game, the CU game, a couple times we didn't read the coverage correctly and go to the right guy. The other day, I thought that we were going to the right guy. We were just not completing the pass or throwing an accurate ball. So we're in there grinding away, trying to figure out what we can do.
Well, I think early on we had some drops. Early on, Chasen missed some open receivers. We're still, especially at that position, very, very young. And, I think we're going to be a much better team, week 8 than we are today. But we've got a really good team in Toledo coming into town. So hopefully we'll get some momentum off of, that fourth quarter in particular. We've got to grow as a team. We've got to make some corrections. And we've got to play our best game to date to have a shot this week.
Can we go up there and play our best game of the year? We're capable enough. We can go win this football game. We're capable enough. But we absolutely have to play our best game. And, you've heard that old silly thing of don't let New Mexico State beat you twice. That's absolutely true. Do not let New Mexico State beat you twice. Go play Rutgers and play like you're 2-0 with that kind of mindset.
Luga, he's averaging 120 yards, and I think it was noted, he rushed for 105 against the Oregon defense. And so he's a strong physical guy that also has a big playability. I think he took off for a 90-yard run against Southern Oregon. So we've got our hands full there. Big, good-sized offensive line. Defense that bounces between a 4-man front and a 3-down front.
There were some plays in the first 2 games that are not smart football, and we've got to get that corrected, and that starts with me and the staff. There's been a point of emphasis on just playing with better football IQ and more situational awareness over the than we have in the first 2 weeks. We need to execute better for sure too. There are opportunities to make plays on both sides of the ball. The opportunities are there.
I think they do a good job twisting, really stemming, creating a lot of movement, and any offensive line going up against those guys is going to have their hands full on the entire day. So they did a good job really significantly limiting BYU's rushing attack and putting pressure on BYU's quarterback. And so you can clearly see what their strength is. Their front seven, they have good backers that can run. Their secondary is good as well. So their defensive football team really jumps out watching their first 2 games.
I think they know that they're a tough, competitive team with a lot of skill. They're very big this year on the D-line and then the front. They've got some big, heavy D tackles and D nose guards up there. They always have skill, a couple transfers on offense at receiver. And so I think they're very skilled operation. Transfer quarterback that's a little bit of a veteran. And so be a very competitive game and one that we're looking forward to getting back at home in front of our home crowd and getting back to what we do best, hopefully.
Arkansas State will visit Utah State this Friday as the Aggies are the lone Mountain West team in action Friday night. It's a 7 o'clock Mountain Time kickoff on CBS Sports Network. From the Mountain West Network studio, I'm Stormy Bonantoni.